Hello friends, a very good evening to all of you. So you might say, sir, what is good about the evening? COVID-19, then those storms in Gujarat and Odisha, then some terrorist attack, then Sushant Singh Rajput and India versus China. And not only this, TikTok versus YouTube also, है ना? So many things are going on in life and you are saying good evening. See, many of us have the you can say advantage, you can say, or privilege, you can say. Many of us have the privilege of sitting at home and watching this video, so definitely you have some access to internet also. Now currently internet, matlab in the current generation, internet has become a necessity. But just think about those people who are on the road, who are daily earners. Means what they earn today, that they will eat today. I hope you are getting the point. So during this COVID-19, they had no work with them. And maybe they were eating only one meal a day. Maybe they were eating only one meal in 2 days. And when the lockdown, when it got extended, they even did not have an idea about their existence, whether they will be able to survive or not. So I feel if we have the privilege of sitting inside and protecting ourselves by not going outside, and we are getting 2-3 meals a day, I think that is a big privilege. So we should thank the God, we should thank the society for this, and we should take a pledge that matlab we are engineers. So we will develop cheap technologies, we will that will help education system, that will help medicine system, so that cheap education, cheap medical facilities are available to those in need. We will try to improve the transportation system that is non-polluting in nature. It is consuming the minimum amount of resources. We will try to develop construction techniques which are environment friendly, which give you a good amount of good agricultural land, take care of the forest also, and they support the population also. We will try to develop chemical processes. We will try to develop treatment systems matlab which can recirculate water, so wastage of water is less, like this, है ना? So you should try, you are engineers, so you should take pledges that we will do the work which is going to help not only ourselves, not only our family and friends, but the society as a whole, the nature also. Okay, so take this pledge and please return the favors which God has done on you, which the privileges which God has bestowed on you. So it's important, then only you will be called as human being. So today actually I was watching a video in the evening, and I thought I will share that information with you and discuss 1 or 2 points with you. So I'm not an economist, so whatever discussion we are going to have in next 10-15 minutes, you can say those ideas have been taken from others, and very less brainstorming I have done it. So I don't have much idea on economics. Whatever small thought process I could apply, I have used it over here. So matlab I was watching a video, and in that video they told that few months back, 2 months back only, matlab when the lockdown in India started, at that time Indian Monetary Fund, sorry, not Indian Monetary Fund, International Monetary Fund, the organization which tracks down the global economy. So what they said is, by the middle of April, the entire world had lost 9 trillion. How much? Trillion. $9 trillion in form of GDP. Now GDP has various definitions, and one of them is the combined income of all the people. So all the people in the world together, they lost this much money. Now how will you make out? Matlab $9 trillion doesn't sound anything, है ना? So let me break it for you. So dollar means 70, है ना? Let us take that current conversion rate is 70. So I am talking in rupees. Okay, and we have 9 trillion. Now how much is a million? That is 10 raised to power 6. You multiply million by thousand, that becomes billion, and multiply billion by thousand, that becomes trillion. So this is the amount of money we are talking about. Now out of these, all these zeros, take 7 zeros together, that will become crore. So we have crore, and 7 into 9 is 63, so that will become 630 lakh crore. This is the amount of money we are talking about, 630 lakh crore rupees. And even if you have not realized till now, I will tell you. So there was a research by IIT Delhi and one of the IIMs. So they said, this is 4 years back, 4-5 years back, but still some data is relevant. So it said that an investment of 1000 crore, it produces an employment of 1 lakh people. How many people? 1 lakh people. Investment of 1000 crore. Okay. Now we are talking of how much money? 630 lakh crore. So you simply divide 630 lakh crore, 630 lakh crore by 1000 and multiply that by 1 lakh. You will get the amount of employment. You will get the amount of employment. Okay. So 630 lakh crore divided by 1000 crore. It goes like this. And then you have how much? So 1 lakh by 1000 is 100. So 63,000 lakh. 63,000 lakh, that is 63 crore. So almost it is the money which gives employment to 63 crore people. So you can imagine how much the loss it was. And this data came out in mid of April. We are in mid of June. Just imagine how much money the entire world has lost during this pandemic, during this recession period. Okay. So definitely you might be hearing about the situation of private jobs, government jobs also, and that is the point which I want to discuss. So I will not take too much time, hardly 10 to 15 minutes, hardly 10 to 15 minutes. So what I want to discuss is the which option we should go for, private jobs or government jobs or higher education. My BTech is about to get over. I am a third year student. I am a fourth year student. This year or next year, my BTech will get over. So where should I go? So personally, my option is last one, that is higher education, and I will tell you why. But let us discuss all of them one by one. Okay, let us discuss all of them one by one. So we are going to discuss private jobs versus government jobs versus higher education post COVID-19. Now definitely India has done very well as compared to other sectors, countries, as compared to other countries. Now in India, what are the topmost industrial sectors? Anyone? So I think many of you will say India is a very big exporter of pharmaceuticals, exporter of medicines. That is very true. I think India is going to become the largest exporter of pharma. It was going to become the largest exporter of pharma. Now when we talk of medicine industry, actually the medical industry is quite stable. Why? Because people have started using a lot of sanitizers, a lot of masks. People have become health conscious, so they have become conscious towards their hygiene also. So in fact, in this scenario, the demand is more than production. But export has dropped drastically, obviously because of the restrictions on motion, and the idea is, what happens is that the raw material that we get, 70% of that raw material comes from China. So you already know the tensions that we are facing with China. So because of that, the production has gone down a lot. So whatever production is going on, that is getting sold. But still the decrease in production is huge. That's why there are some losses. But we know as soon as these tensions will go out, or if the Atmanirbhar plan works, this sector will immediately get boosted up within a few months. So in case of pharma, right now the production is less, sales is comparatively less. Whatever demand is there, that is easily getting met. But the best part of this sector is that within a few months, it will again become stable and it will again gain pace. But is this the scenario with other sectors also? Like other sectors, like particularly speaking of mechanical engineers, instrumentation engineers, electrical engineers, electronic engineers, and industrial engineers. So for these engineers, there is a huge amount of employment in automobile industry and other related industries. So with automobile, there is a lot of other interest industries associated with it, like plastics, like manufacturing of special purpose machines. So lot of industries, chemicals, lot of industries are associated with this one. So you already know that during the pandemic, no one was traveling, no one was buying new bikes or cars. And now the lockdown has opened. So even if the lockdown has opened, what I feel is, so I read some interview of a very big hotshot from Maruti. So most probably he's more correct than me. So sir said that in his interview, sir said that after 6-7 months, automobile industry will become very strong. So he said that people will not want to go from private buses, people will not want to go from public mode of transport to keep themselves safe from COVID-19. But what I feel is that you already know how many people have lost their jobs. So one of my friends who is from AMW, he is like he was growing very good in R&D department, but few days back he lost his job because of this. So the people who are in people who are losing their jobs, who are getting less salaries, I think they will not like to spend on luxury items. They will not like to make big investments, big costly things. So they will try to save money for themselves. So even if companies start gaining pace, people will try to save money and they will not spend much on automobiles. So I think in the coming years or in the coming months, at least 8 to 9 months will be taken to for the automobile industry to get recovered, and even after that the production will be less for next 2 years. And I heard this in some a video also. So there is a very good lady. She's like I think she's a very big economist, because on YouTube a good number of videos keep on coming out from her, and in those videos she said that automobile industry is already in a lot of debt. Now debt, less sales, and then the effect of pandemic. So it will take at least 2 to 3 years for these companies to get stable. So mechanical guys, instrumentation guys, all of you, electronics, electrical, industrial engineers, kindly pull up your socks, because finding jobs in these industries will become very difficult in the coming months. Now, apart from automobile industry, we have some other industries also, like FMCG. So FMCG means fast moving consumer goods, like essentials. So in essentials, what you have in essentials, like basic products, soap and everything. So definitely in FMCG, there was a fall in consumption. But as soon as the lockdown period has opened up, the rise in the consumption will again increase, because those are necessities. So in such a manner, you can predict the effect of different industries in India. Effect of COVID-19 on different industries in India, and you will find that out of multiple industries, only a few industries are there which are quite stable and they have a promising future. So when I talk of promising future, definitely the service providers like internet service providers, telecommunication providers like Tata, Jio, all these companies, they are growing a lot. All of you are at home and all of you are using internet so badly. Then we have service providers like entertainment providers, Amazon Prime, Netflix, and definitely the IT companies which are supporting them. Now a huge number of IT companies in India, they have adapted work from home. So IT companies are quite stable, but even in IT companies there has been salary cuts, there has been layoffs, and in the next 2 years the recruitment in these companies will be very less. Even if they are recruiting, they will go for experience holders, they will not go for freshers. And the fields which are growing particularly, that are data analytics, those are machine learning, artificial intelligence, and so on. So these fields, they are growing a lot. But again, the thing is the same. Companies are not recruiting freshers, they will recruit experience holder guys who have more skills. So when we talk of private job, I think for next 2 years, there is not much security in the private job. Even if you are able to get inside some company, your salary will be less, work will be much more, and there won't be any work-life balance and stress will be more. So this I'm definitely sure even we are experiencing the same. Our friends are experiencing the same. So one of my very good friends, he's in Thailand. So he works in a very good company at a very good post. He earns a lot much more than me, but suddenly he lost his job. So he's very tense that what will happen to me, because the future of automobile industry for next 2 years is like trembling. So people are losing their jobs, believe me. So situation is not good. So I will definitely say that as of now, going into private sector might not be a good choice. It might not be a good choice. Now, what about government jobs? So take an example of oil industry. I think transportation was totally dead in the in the last 2 months, 3 months. So there was no consumption of oil. So all these companies, IOCL, BPCL, HPCL, ONGC, GAIL, they were making huge losses. But did these companies fired off their employees? I don't think so. है ना? These companies, even if they were doing some salary cuts. They did not fire off their employees. Their employees have job security, है ना? So definitely if you are able to go get inside a government job, you will have some job security. There will be some salary cut, there will be workload, but job security will definitely be there. Now, private jobs are not recruiting much. So will there be any recruitment in government job, or will there be no recruitment in government job? So when I searched on YouTube, I was getting different responses from different sources. So some were saying the recruitments in government jobs will be very less. Some were saying recruitment of government jobs will increase. So like this mixed response was there. So back in December 2019, I saw a news. In that news, people said that India is going to invest 102 lakh crore rupees in smart city, make in India, and digital India and startup India projects. And what I feel is this 20 lakh crore pandemic package, it has come from these 102 lakh crore rupees only. This means there is still 82 lakh crore rupees to invest. And apart from this, huge amount of defense projects are going on. Just now we have bought some fighter jets from Russia, right? Sukhoi and MiG-29. So immediately, as soon as there was a threat, immediately we have bought some fighter jets, and definitely we have increased the production rate in our factories in Bell, MDL, HAL, everywhere we have definitely increased the production rates. Now when production rate in these defense companies will increase, all the suppliers, they will also have to increase their production rate. So definitely that sector is doing good. Hana? So what I personally feel is that Indian government has kept some investment plan with it. And if we want to compete with China, definitely the smart city project should keep on continuing. The Make in India project should keep on continuing, and defense project should also keep on continuing. So definitely, I think the government companies will not leave any stone unturned to grow and help India compete with its neighbors. So I feel there will be job opportunities in government companies, not in next 5 months, 6 months or 8 months, but definitely after 1 year or 1.5 years. And in fact, if you will go on a website called as freejobalert.com, so I don't know if it's a government website, but what I have found is that all the information on this website is totally true. So if you will see this website, you will find that in last 1 month, a lot of government companies have started making recruitments, not on large scale, on small scale only. But say for example NTPC. So NTPC last year through GATE exam, it released a total of 50 vacancies through GATE exam. This year it has released 100 vacancies through GATE exam. YZAC is taking some engineers. as executive trainees. There have been some posts for scientists also. There has been some scientist posts from National Aerodynamics Limited also. So some vacancies are coming out. So definitely there are some projects which are going to come in the government companies. That's why they are releasing these vacancies, right? So I feel within 1 year, the government companies will gain pace and they will come back to their original functioning. If we learn how to live with COVID-19. So at least job security is there. So as compared to private sector, government jobs are better. But believe me, the competition will now become very tough because everyone would want to go for government jobs. Even with me, parents have started saying that see, private sector is so good, in your age you should have government sector is so good, there is so much job security. Even if people are earning very good amount of money, many people are earning very good amount of money in private sector, but what is the job security? I told you now, my friends have lost their jobs while they were at very good posts. They were like senior managers or managers in their own departments, but they have lost their jobs. They were earning much more than me. They have lost their jobs and now they are so much stressed, and because of this COVID-19 they are not even able to come back. So a lot of things are going on. So government job has more job security, more peace of mind, and definitely more social respect also as compared to private jobs. But what I feel is, as of now, the most correct choice is higher education. So in higher education also, I will not talk about MBA, because if you are going to MBA, definitely you will want to go to IIMs or Indian School of Business or JP Jan and XLRI, MDI Gurgaon, and you know how much fees they have. So you will need some loans. So one of my friends, he's going for higher education in IIM Lucknow. So he's taking a loan for education loan for the same. So definitely fees is very high. But when we talk about masters or PhD through GATE exam, I think there you will become self-dependent because you will be given stipend for that. And believe me, you will say, sir, you are saying there are no job opportunities in private sector. So even if we go for higher education, what will be the opportunities in the coming days after MTech? What will be the opportunities after PhD? Believe me, this COVID-19 has been a blessing in disguise for R&D sector. Matlab, those technologies which we were thinking that we will start after 5 years, after 6 years, COVID-19 has pushed it that you start now only. Say for example, I'm in education industry. So let me take a very small example. So many of colleges, so there are so many universities in India, so many colleges in India, but we did not have any kind of online education system. Now, once this COVID-19 started, so NASSCOM released the data that so many million students and millions of teachers have got affected because of COVID-19, and they are sitting as at home all over the world. Why? First of all, they don't have access to online education. But yeah, it's not only USA or Canada in the world. There are other countries also where we do not have internet everywhere around the country. Okay, so a lot of people, a lot of students and teachers are affected throughout the world. Why? First of all, not everyone has access to internet or computer system at home. Secondly, most of the people are not tech savvy. They are not used to sitting in front of computers. They have never made online presentation and all that stuff. Believe me, there are teachers who are extremely capable, who have a lot of research papers with them, who have a lot of patents with them, and on the board they are no less than a magician. They are no less than a Dumbledore. But they don't know how to use a computer. So definitely they will face a lot of problems. So they are hesitant towards using the computer. But because of this COVID-19, it has become a necessity to introduce online education in our system. Now, when we have online education, even after the lockdown opens, you can't make 50 people sit in a room and teach them, because then social distancing, you cannot follow social distancing. So even after lockdown gets opened, we will have to follow online education. So you will have to take online exams. Till now, none of us have a proper Proctor's system. Proctor system means online exam system. So the webcam will keep on testing me whether I'm doing any kind of cheating or not. So we don't have a proper system for this. So we will need a system for this. Now who will develop the system? MTech and BTech student in the college will develop the system, है ना? Now one more thing came up. So when we thought that let us start introducing online education system in the country, so MHRD thought this after COVID-19. Then one more problem came. A professor said, when I am in the class, I am able to see 10 students properly. I am able to see their face expressions. I am able to understand whether this student needs my help or not. But what about the remaining 50 students who are sitting at the back? I'm not at all able to understand what they are doing or not. So MHRD said that let us develop some artificial intelligence system. It will simply check the emotions of all the students, and it will tell us that whether the student, he or she, is a slow learner or a fast learner. Do we need to give same homework to all the students, or do we need to give different modules? So artificial intelligence has cropped up. This will also require computer vision and a lot of algorithms. So are you getting the point? COVID-19 has introduced R&D in artificial intelligence. And not only in artificial intelligence, machine learning, data analytics, especially biomedical and biomechanics. So all those mechanical engineers, instrumentation engineers, CS and EC guys who have an interest in biomedical engineering, because there is a good amount of machinery in that, good amount of coding in that, good amount of computer vision in that, then you can definitely do masters in that program. Social distancing means number of laborers in the companies will be less. So to increase the manufacturing rate, you need robotics. So definitely there will be increased research in robotics also. Right? So like this, you will find that there, because of COVID-19, the R&D will increase in lot of sectors. And who is going to do the R&D? Definitely the laboratories in the country will do R&D. Now where are those laboratories? Those laboratories are in IITs and NITs. And who will be the workforce? MTech and PhD students will be the workforce. So definitely in the next 3 years, there is ample amount of opportunities for students to do a lot of research in lot of sectors. So definitely you have very good opportunity when we talk of higher education. And once you go for higher education, your skill will improve. You will have multiple skills like software skills, R&D techniques, experimental skills, mathematical skills. You will have a lot of skills. So if you are more skilled, then your chances of getting employed will become 100% sure. So I hope you are getting my point, that if we go directly after BTech, right now our chances of getting employed are less, and even if we get employed, there will be a problem of job security. But if you go after higher education, after getting some skills, first of all, you will have done some project, so companies will come rushing to employ you. And secondly, that skill set will help you grow fast also. So I think this is a huge opportunity that to grab R&D opportunities in higher education in colleges like IITs and NITs, and you should definitely think of this. So best part is that many of us are preparing for GATE exam, and GATE exam is the key for all the locks. So whether it's higher education, whether it's government job, whether it's MBA in NITI Mumbai, fellowship program of management in IIMs, we need not worry about that. Hai? First of all, let us find out good marks in GATE exam, and then we will think. So what I am suggesting is that after getting very good marks in GATE exam, when the time will come now, you think about it and try to choose higher education. Maybe this decision will be helpful in your life. Okay, so I will not take much time of yours. I know you guys have to prepare, but if there is any point now which you want to contradict, or you have some good data with you, you can definitely put that in the comments. Thank you. Bye bye. See you next time.